Hey everyone, it's Thursday. It's time for the Geek Chat. We got 5 brand new #1 books this week to review and tell you our thoughts. And I can't wait to hear what Des has to say too. So stay tuned. We will be right back. Hey everyone, and welcome into the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And I'm Little Black Beardy Des. Nice to meet you all again and see you all
Yes,
for coming.
welcome in.
Thank you all for coming in and joining us on this super warm, super beautiful Thursday afternoon, evening, as we give you what you sorely needed for the last week since you saw us last time. That good, sweet comic book loving.
Oh, a little comic book loving. So it's really windy here. I don't know about this warmth. We're not getting the heat. We got a lot of wind. Like it's shaking the apartment.
It's hot out here. Yeah, it's
really
pretty warm. It's very warm out here, and it's very nice. It's very nice.
Well,
very nice. I had to put on the AC for a minute there. It was pretty crazy.
Ooh, look at you, Mr. Fancy AC.
Yes.
Hey, we got a giveaway, don't we?
We do. We always have a giveaway. And what we're giving away today is something that I thought was really kind of cool. It is The Thing #1 by the fantastic
Marco Checchetto.
Yes, Marco Checchetto. It is a 1 in 25 variant for The Thing #1. It is a I'm sure it's probably going to be a limited series, but Marvel never says anything about it if it is or not.
Nope.
So we'll see.
Nope.
It probably is. I don't think the Thing is strong enough to carry its own book, but we'll see. Maybe after the movie comes out, people will have a lot more love for the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing. So,
what's funny is we're not reviewing it.
No, we're not. I looked, honestly, when I was at the shop, I looked at it and I was like, maybe we should review this. But then I saw the cover and I was like, you know what? Let's just give this cover away instead.
Let's give it away.
So how do you win it, you ask? Well, it's right then. It's right there. So that is the old how to enter. The new how to enter is just Geek Chat.
Hashtag Geek Chat.
Hashtag Geek Chat. So type in hashtag Geek Chat into the comment section, and we'll make sure that one of you fantastic, magical, beautiful people win. Because remember, if no one wins it, we can't give it away. It goes to Rich.
Yes,
and
it goes to me.
No, he's just a variant. He's like one of those little like variant goblins that just kind of like
a gnome, not a goblin. Thank you.
Actually, gnomes and goblins are actually from the same sort of species because they're all fairies. Do you know that?
No comment. Hello, Paul, Steve, Easy Reader, Alan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in. That was your Fae trivia for the day. So enjoy. All righty. So first and foremost, did you or did you not see any really cool new trailers? I don't think there's any trailers, are there?
No, nothing's been dropped, I don't think.
No.
Well, the new trailer for Wednesday season 2 dropped.
Oh, are you
yeah, I liked the first season.
So did I. I thought it was a pretty good mystery for it.
What's her name? Is it Joanna Lumley that's playing Grandma? Yeah, Joanna Lumley from AbFab.
Know that is
playing Grandma. Yeah.
I can see her.
We did watch the Welcome to Derry trailer.
Okay. I told Paul about it. I told Paul about it, and I got to ask to see if he's watched it or not because he is a huge Stephen King fan. I will not be watching it, so I'm just like, okay.
Hey, Zach, welcome in. Hey, Leonard.
Yeah. So Easy Reader says Nobody 2. I need to see the first one. It's kind of funny how Bob Odenkirk went from Mr. Show to like being somewhat of a crazy action star. That's bananas. Like, I wonder what David Cross is thinking about this right now. That's got to be so silly. But anyway,
hey, Barlord.
But yeah, I was want to say about the trailers. Hollywood's always Hollywood is always giving out stuff for making stuff, and I'm thinking it's great that we're getting something that's at least new. Although I can't wait for the new Fast and Furious 2 trailer to drop. Because you know what we are, Rich? We're
Where?
family. You know who else is a
So,
family?
so woohoo.
Superman.
That's a great segue into our first book.
Oh my god, yes, we're gonna talk about Superman Unlimited by one of my favorite comic book writers, Mr. Dan Slott. But why don't you go ahead and read the credits as I compose myself in order to give my review of this comic book.
I did not personally purchase this comic, but Lunar, who I get DC from, gave us a PDF. So I got to read this a while ago. And so hold on. Okay.
So
Writer is Dan Slott. Artist is Raphael Albuquerque. Colorist is Marcelo Mayolo. And the letter was Dave Sharp. And the cover you're all looking at was done by Raphael Albuquerque. And there was a bunch of variants, including one by Frank Quitely. Wonder what that one looked like.
yeah, right.
But that's it.
Do you want to go first or shall I go first?
I would like you because you were looking forward to this book and you really like Dan Slott. So you go first.
Wow, you really kind of put me on the spot there, Rich. I was hoping that
I
you would
did.
go first, sir.
No.
Okay, so just a little background for me and Dan Slott. We have history. Like we went to school together. We're good friends. Just kidding. No, I don't know the man at all. So no. But I've always been a fan of his work. Little known fact: he got started writing Ren and Stimpy for Marvel, and then he kind of went up the ladder and editorial liked him, and so he was able to get more gigs. And his biggest gig, of course, was Spider-Man and Spider-Verse and all that good stuff that he did. And so I loved his Spider-Man run. I've loved it. Thought it was fantastic. Still think it's fantastic. Hated the Superior Spider-Man run, but then loved it. After I read it in trade and I saw the narrative thread that he was putting into it. Really enjoyed it.
I remember that because I loved that book, and you were like, "I don't want to read it."
Hell no! I was such that angry nerd.
You were
about it. I was like, "What are they doing to Peter Parker?" Because Spider-Man is one of my favorite.
It was Doc Ock, yeah.
Yeah, but it was always like I really like that was I think that was the most toxic I had ever been. So, okay. So having all that and being a huge fan of the man and having stuff signed and meeting him and shaking his hand and all that good stuff. It's funny. I got a Fantastic Four. When he started writing Fantastic Four, I got like a Fantastic Four, and it was the annual that I brought for him to sign. And he wrote on it, "This is the first time I've ever signed this book. Wow." And he said, "Dan Slott." So I thought that was really kind of funny. But then I didn't realize, but I'd cut in a line to get it, and this like other guy kind of read me the riot act, and I'm like, "I'm so sorry." And Dan was like, so like I actually came back after it, apologized to the guy when I saw him walking out, and he's like, "No, just know the rules of the line." And I'm like, "Okay." But yeah, for this comic, I don't know what I was expecting, but bottom line, I was expecting a little bit more. I was disappointed with this first issue. And that also is for the art as well. I don't know what Albuquerque was feeling or Raphael was doing, or this new style that he's using.
Lord, that's the whole book.
Or the inker was, yes.
He was the inker. He did both.
There was not no
inker. It was just a colorist that came in.
It was not a strong start for this. And I hate saying that because about 85% of the book was rehash of Superman's origin story.
Yeah.
And it was like a walk down memory lane of beat by beat by beat, interspersed with this very thin story to set up the quote unquote conflict of the rest of this run. Are you serious? There's a guest artist on. Are you serious, Barlow? There's a guest artist on issue 2. That'd be kind of weird because he was the one that started it. But anyway, the story was just lacking. It was lacking. We did not need to have that much of a retelling of his origin story, and the way that it was compressed was just unnecessary. And what we got as far as like new story and new territory was very thin. Like the Daily Bugle has a new like
Daily Planet.
Daily Planet, sorry. Daily Bugle, Daily Planet, they're all newspapers, and newspapers is a
Not
dying.
anymore.
I know, right? Now we have this new woman, who was a mogul, and who's a mogul.
Morgan Edge's ex.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? So her name is like something Edge, so she's supposed to be like edgy, and then there's like Superman going about his day doing stuff and saving people, and it's just it seemed very rote. And then to cap it all off with that origin story being told was just it didn't lead anything. And I really felt like it was a it 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 it, it was like it felt like it was kind of, I don't want to say rushed, but it felt like this was a fill-in issue. It didn't feel like a number one. And the ending, which made you want to get issue 2, it was very unclear what really
was going on,
what happened to Superman. So I don't understand. I didn't understand. It was just, and I really had high hopes for this book, and I'm gonna read number 2 because I am a Superman stan, and that's just what I do, and I'm a Dan Slott stan. So my hope is that this is just a one-off, and we can really hit the ground running. A couple of things that I would say, Dan, if you're listening, I hope you are. I'm giving all this fantastic critique to you, my friend, only because like I want the best for you. You're adorable, and I want the best for you. But yeah, you got to come with it. You this issue, you gave us all the setup you needed. Now you need to you gave us setup, but now you need to start delivering on something, or give us something more, because I can't stick with it if this is it, especially for $4.99. You got to come with it, buddy. You got to come with it. So, what was your thoughts, Rich?
I agree with you a lot. Pretty much everything you said. For me, getting through this issue with all that backstory that everybody knows this. No one is going, hey, here's a number one. I know nothing about who this Superman. Like, you already know. It's been in movies. It's been on TV. It was unnecessary. It didn't add anything to the story when he is going to die. He's not going to die in the first issue. So it was a very not false plot, unbelievable plot that we were reading, because he's not going to die. And
the change didn't make any sense, right? Like I didn't know what changed.
No, he glows now, so he super glows. Like, spoiler alert, he gets a new power, but like Des said, it's so you have no clue what's going on at the end. And then I was expecting a next page or nothing, and we got nothing. So this every episode I talk about things a number one issue is supposed to do. This did none of it for me. None of it. And the art, I was looking forward to seeing his art. Albuquerque's art, it was so hard to... The faces molded and shifted and changed throughout the entire issue. Clark never looked like Clark in the same panel.
Yep. Inconsistent, very much so. Very inconsistent.
Yeah. And I don't think the colorist actually helped any with a lot of the muted colors when he's up in space. And then it explodes and it's green. And the green is vibrant, but you don't really get a sense of it left me wanting.
Steve, his aura is green, it looks like. And so
no, I thought it was yellow.
I thought it was green. So
see,
but I'm colorblind. So
are you really?
I am, but
No, it's yellow.
it's
It's
yellow.
just
Well,
a yellow glow.
see, so I thought so that okay, so maybe Dan is playing with the idea that he is no longer affected by kryptonite, and I thought maybe that's something that we're getting at because he made a big show of how everyone, all of the other because basically a giant meteor hit the planet. He tried to stop it, hit the planet. A new capital was a new industrial power in 3 months, which is too short for anything like this to happen. So it's kind of funny. So within 3 months, a new player in the world economic scene was able to mine the meteorite of kryptonite. It's a huge meteor of kryptonite hit the planet basically, and so now everyone has access to kryptonite powered or kryptonite based weaponry. So now they're basically like taking out all the soups, and he's been asleep for 3 months. And I'm like, so all this stuff happened in 3 months. Like Dan, no, like that. It takes longer for that stuff to happen. Just distribution channels in itself. I don't know. It just seemed like he. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ah.
All right. Well, hey everyone, welcome in. Hey Eddie.
Yes,
Hey
welcome in everybody.
Garflong. So I gotta say this was not a hit for me, and I probably will not be reading the number 2.
I'll read the number
sadly.
2. I'll read the number 2. I will be reading the number 2. I will see where it's going because like I did with Superior Spider-Man, it took a minute to get going, but once it started going, it got really good. So this is my hope. So no, Rich
Okay.
is not going to get number 2. I will get number 2, and I will let you all know how it goes.
Lord, I normally give things an arc, but the number 1 really did not do anything. So
thank you. So behind the man behind the curtain is our good friend producer Jay, and producer Jay, I am a mark as well, and I will be getting it as well, my friend. I've been collecting Superman and Spider-Man for a very long time through highs and lows, so I will be getting it too,
Yeah.
so I have a lot of faith in Dan Slott, and I really hope that people will. Nothing against Raphael, but I just couldn't do it. So
All right. Next up is another really great number 1. This is like the 5th number 1 the Scarlet Witch has got, I swear. With Marvel's new we don't go past 9 policy, we get yet another number 1. This time the Vision is in it, so it's the Vision and Scarlet Witch to celebrate their 50, 60, 70 years together. I don't know, it was Marvel's great idea here, but we got a relaunched number 1. It continues the story.
I don't think it was Marvel's idea. I think they do this in order to number 1, keep number 1s rolling. That's number 1. Keep number 1 rolling.
Yes, we know that.
Yes. And Scarlet Witch has just enough of a fan base to make this profitable for Marvel. So basically, every so often they will release a new number 1 with Scarlet Witch and the Vision, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch. So I think this is another attempt to do that because instead of us, and I think what they're doing, which is really kind of interesting when you think about it, they'll do the floppies, what industry calls these comics. They'll do those, and then they will have a secondary life as a graphic novel. So what we are actually reading is chapters of a novel. And I think that's what they're doing. Instead of saying this is chapter 2 or 3, like you would read in a big novel, this is just, chapter 4 of the Scarlet Witch's stuff. I'm seriously.
It's funny because they normally do legacy numbers. Maybe they stopped. I haven't even noticed that.
No.
Did Marvel give up doing legacy numbers?
No, they still do it. They're not doing it on Vision and Scarlet Witch. I'm telling you, we are reading pulp. We are reading Pulp Fiction right now. How they used to do it in the past, where you get like a little story about the same character.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing in this.
It's stupid.
That's why you'll always see, and that's the thing with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch and Vision and Scarlet Witch, when they're on the shelf together, or they kind of mess it up with Vision being first, it's going to be under V's. It'll always be a number 1. It'll never be like a 2 or 3 or 4.
And that's, yes.
So that's why people can jump
Unfortunately, that is
on.
how we're training people to read, and that's sad.
Yeah.
So, the creative team, Steve Orlando, is still writing Scarlet Witch. Lorenzo
He loves
Tamietta
character.
is the artist. Ruth Redmond did the coloring, and VC's Travis Lanham did the lettering, and that cover is by the always amazing Russell Dauterman.
Okay, so let me address some of the stuff in the comments because you guys are hilarious and you guys always bring so much fun. So Eddie says it really annoys me when they keep doing the new number ones. It's so damn confusing. Agree with you 100%. That's why they do it. I think it's to confuse the consumer to be like, oh my god, it's a new story, but actually it's a continuation. Barlord Second said, I really, yes, especially when the creative team doesn't change. And Barlord, no one can accuse DC of constantly renumbering anymore. That meme is gone. Actually, it's not gone. It's just been transferred over to Marvel. So Marvel now has that esteem of being the number one, the czar of number one. So, what were your thoughts? I started the last one. What was your thoughts?
Okay, let's just say we've read this before. this is an ongoing theme here. So everyone who's watching this, the theme for today's show is been there, done that. So in Dan Slott retelling Superman's origin, wasting at least 10 pages, if not more.
There's more.
Here we get yet more of the same. Mr. Orlando goes back to the well with the Vision storyline from his 2015, somewhere around there, when Vision had the wife and the kids, and the wife killed the neighbor, and they buried Eric Williams in the backyard. And well, now a cult is of bikers believes that they can enter this black door that's showing up. Someone got inspiration from Wanda's door that you walk in to find help. Well, here this door calls to you and you go in and you die. And the cult believes that they can use it to their advantage. You find out the cult leader has returned, and it is, you can tell?
Yeah.
Who is it?
It's
the Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper, thank you. I keep saying like Death Hand. It's the Grim Reaper. So it's Simon,
his brother.
Well, technically it's Wonderman's brother.
Yes.
But this was he's part of Wonder Man is part of Vision. And so they're kind of related by like soul or some crap like that. So yeah. I actually say the truth, I actually didn't mind this book. To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of cool. And now Vision, we have White Vision, but he's kind of a spirit now. So Wanda took his android essence and then created an avatar of Vision, and that's why he's white again. So part of me's kind of like, it seems well trot, but I'm like, okay, this the thing with Orlando and Scarlet Witch is he starts really strong, in my opinion, but it kind of piddles out a little bit towards the end. So that was the same thing that happened with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. It started off really kind of fun, and then it kind of his last series with Scarlet Witch, same thing. It was started off really fun, and then so I'm kind of wondering if this is what's going to happen, because
this is going to go blah 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 blah.
Well,
it's probably
I really liked like the way they look together. I've always been a fan of White Vision. I don't know, that all white Vision has always been kind of cool. I've always liked that motif on him. I thought it was great seeing his daughter, what's her name, Viv being back. So that was kind of fun. So there's little elements in here that I thought were kind of fun. And I'm a huge fan of Grim Reaper. I don't know, something about his character has always been kind of cool. Been cool for me. So I don't know.
I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. Wasn't one of the worst things I've read. That's coming up, but
oh my god, you're killing me.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I'm not lying.
He's not lying.
I just wasn't. Again, just like Superman, it's just. I guess I'm expecting a little bit more out of my number ones. It did leave the ending. I kind of want to read the next issue just to see what happens to the Vision.
It's not bad.
But at this point, that's the only point I really care about. And I don't know what Orlando has, but Darcy's one-liners are not very good. Like, they're not even dad joke. They're just like, what was the whole thing about the oil change? Like, he's not a car, he's a synthezoid. Like,
He's not even a synthezoid anymore. Who knows what that man is or that
I know, right?
creature is anymore. So Eddie, I love it. They hook you with a new number one, I'm giving a little emphasis, give you good stories for a couple of books, start working on the next number one, and let the remaining issues just piddle out so you can go buy the next number one, rinse and repeat. I'm adding a little bit dramatic because I'm trying out for my, my voice acting role. Hope you like it.
Ooh.
Cool. But yes, I agree with you 100%. It was fun. I've met Steve Orlando a couple of times, and he I don't know what he really likes Scarlet Witch as a character, and they kind of they really kind of just let him run with that character, and that's kind of cool. Like, I mean, he's out there trying to at least do something with the character, and a paycheck's a paycheck, so I can't be mad at him for doing this, especially because he likes the character, and you can see how he writes her, that he likes her, and that he likes the stories that he's telling. And I think that's what's so cool about certain writers, is you can tell when they're writing the character, they kind of get their, for lack of a better word, vision of the character, and I think he really has, through his stories about her, he has really been allowed to explore her character a lot more than a lot of people have. And I would say not since the John Byrne era, really, of Scarlet Witch and Vision, when she was on the West Coast Avengers, and he was doing all that stuff. So I really believe that this is kind of like a secondary, kind of like second life for Scarlet Witch and Wanda, and I really like that. And can we take a minute just to say how cool her outfit is? Like, yes. I really like her design. Like, her design looks so good. Like, she's showing just enough skin. She looks sexy. I love the shoulder with the drop, with just like, she looks great. And her tiara, like, that is a really like solid reimagining. And if you ever have the chance to go and pick up, Dodman did a Through the Ages of Scarlet Witch, you really should take a look at it, because a lot of her looks were kind of like crazy, but the way he really draws a beautiful Scarlet Witch, and I really wish that he was the artist doing this, because I think that he would really do it justice.
Oh yeah, but unfortunately, I don't think he can do a monthly book.
I don't think he can either.
I want to say real quick, the one X book I'm really enjoying is Uncanny, and I think there was something to what you said about when a writer is enjoying writing the characters, because I feel like Gale on Uncanny brings something different than all the other X books. Like, I feel like all the other X books, I'm not gonna say the writers don't care about these characters, but with Uncanny, you really do feel like she picked this team for a reason, and she's really writing them strong, especially the 4 new kids, because you know how I feel about all these new kids.
Yes, I know you.
But these new 4 aren't really, they're not bad, and they're getting backstory. Slowly we're getting backstory. And she balances out the new cast with the old old guys. I'm loving that.
Yeah, Gale is definitely a student of the Claremont school of X-Men. So she's definitely no, seriously, you can read on her.
No, I was laughing because figure drawing says she's showing too much skin.
Risque shoulder right there. Yes, fashion icon. So it's time for a break. So Rich and I will be right back. And when we come back, we got 3 more books, and we'll get to see which is Rich's top of the week. So stay tuned.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
Sure, comic books are beautiful, but underneath, there's something more authentic and exciting. The original art. See the pencils, the lines, the shading, as if you were there in the studio watching the artist work. Getting a peek at comics' backstage is easy with the original art experience.
All right, Friday night, guys. Thank you for being here. To be doing anything, the fact that you're here means the world to me.
Nick's pieces are always value priced with your budget in mind, for the beginning collector to the veteran.
And this is gorgeous. You got Aquaman and Mira.
Join the original art experience with Nick and our friendly crew of regulars, even if it's just to enjoy the art. Fridays at 7. It's all part of the experience.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it. In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be really great, thanks.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Geek Chat on the Experience. I'm Beardy Rich.
And I'm Little Black Beardy Des, and I have something to tell you real quick. When we come back from this break, I had a thought. Well, actually, I saw a meme, and I thought I would share this with you.
Oh boy.
Egg salad is still chicken salad when you think about it. What's next, Rich?
Well, let's remind everyone what we're giving away. You could win this 1 in 25 The Thing #1 by Marco Cicchetto just by typing #GeekChat or #GeekChat if you're old. And Eddie, I don't hate kids in comics. I hate kids in TV shows, but kids in comics don't bother me. The fact that Marvel keeps making new mutant children every 5, 6, 7 years and then do nothing with them when they're done, I am sick of it.
Yes, we really should have like an ex-mutant adoption program or something.
Really?
Or like a house for them, because
remember the 5 lights? No one else does.
No.
Remember the Young X-Men? All 4 versions? No.
No, actually, what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? The guy who Kirkman, not Kirkham. The guy who did the Secret War stuff. He remembered them during House of
Hickman,
the Krakoa stuff. All those people came back, and that was kind of
cool.
Cool.
That was Krakoa, but otherwise,
yeah, no. They're off in the ether doing something. At least when Wanda said no more mutants, it was a mercy killing, because then we have to worry about them all, But now they're back, and it's like, oh, I guess I'm a mutant now. Woohoo!
Yeah, remember the 198? Yeah, that didn't last long.
Oh my God! So Eddie Von B, real quick, then we're gonna go back to our thing. Says he's about to blow our minds. In the song, is Bingo the dog's name or the farmer's name? You're welcome.
I know. Now we're both singing it in our heads.
No, in our heads we're all like, "Damn it! Thanks a lot." Anyway,
all right.
What comic are we reviewing now?
Next up on the Been There Done That tour is Hulk and Doctor Strange #1, written by J. Michael Straczynski. The artist is German Peralta. Color artist is Guru EFX. And the letterer is VC's Travis Lanham. And because it's been noted that all of these #1s is a meat fest, they decided to give us some estrogen in the form of Aunt May and Agatha Harkness in a very useless 5 or 6 page backup story.
It was silly. It was unnecessary.
Your turn. Let's rehash all this ish. Come on.
Therapy. This was a giant therapy session for Bruce Banner. Literally, it was just him trying to come to some kind of.
He wants to understand why everyone else with gamma powers isn't a raging Hulk.
Yeah, no, he's trying to reconcile.
He talks about He talks about, She-Hulk, and she's a lawyer, and she got the power. She's even better. And Amadeus Cho, another character they've done nothing with.
Yeah.
I guess J. Michael Straczynski didn't read The Immortal Hulk,
No.
The Green Door,
Or this is does this take place on 616? Could it be before all the green? Like, they don't tell you when this takes place in the continuity.
well, it has to be later because Amadeus Cho and the way he looks.
Yeah,
So
that's
it has to
true.
be later.
Or recent. Yeah, you're right. I've read a couple of these, and I have to say that this one was pretty much the weakest one. Like, at least with the one that stands out to me was the Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon, because at least felt like they were doing something that was interesting and
Were they?
unique. I thought they were, when they're going into the Big Bang and seeing what's going on and that stuff. I thought their interplay was really kind of interesting. What they talked about, was it a wordy issue? Hell yes, but sometimes wordy issues are okay if what they're talking about is interesting. And I found what they were talking about interesting, what they were doing, and their little interactions. So I thought that was fine. Like, it was for me, it was an enjoyable read, and I was like, okay, this could be my guilty pleasure for the day, for the week. If I had my disposable income, I'm always talking about that, but that would be my one. This one, like, I thought they would have at least talked a little, about the Defenders, the Champions, because or Defenders.
Oh, you had the Defenders.
Yeah, but they don't really go into that, and it's like, I don't know, it didn't seem like we needed to have this book.
Mm-mm.
It just didn't feel, and I get it. Sometimes these books are a way for, new writers or new artists to get into.
But neither of these is that.
See, and that's the thing that kind of made it weird, because, I thought, okay, well, maybe this is like a new artist, and this is what it's going on, but it's not.
Nope, it's not. Jim Paul, he's been around for decades.
Exactly, and I thought, okay, well, maybe Jim Michael. Okay, and I thought, well, maybe
there was no reason for this book, and
he needed money or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and
Just the whole series just seems, the whole series of one shots. This doesn't, it doesn't seem like they. Well,
do
no
anything.
comic needs to be made, but it's just it just seems like this is kind of like extra, egregious. Because I'm just like, what? At least with the
I want to say,
Godzilla, it was,
yeah,
those were fun, but there wasn't any fun to this. It was just
no. And unfortunately, Eddie, this book is going to get blasted here too, as you are hearing. This issue went into a past story. It was the origin of the Hulk. So that's the third book we've read that has done this. This is a theme for this week, because we have one more book coming up too. The interplay between Strange and Bruce was badly.
Yeah.
It was clunky. No one talks like that. In one place, he's being really he's being attacative, he's like, if he doesn't let me in, I'm gonna sing, which I'm like, that's stupid. And then at the end with the pee joke, the jokes fell flat. The interplay between them fell flat. The art, though, I will admit, I did enjoy the art, and the spread of him as the Hulk. Like, this is some good art right there. Like, I really enjoyed that. Yes, the art was the saving grace. And then the backup story, I don't. Why is Aunt May having tea with Agatha Harkness?
Yeah, why are they there? It's like if we're gonna do that, bring in Miss Lion, bring in
Miss Lion,
bring in the other girls, older,
Firelord. It's clunky. It's something that you and your friend, or even you and someone that is not really a friend but someone you just wouldn't talk like that. It was just yeah. So I would love a Defenders #1 by a good writer and a good artist. That would be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah, so better or worse than the Star Wars prequels? Well, it depends on the prequels, because some people really liked the last one, Revenge of the Sith. Some people really liked that, and how that stuff resolved. there's a huge thing going on now, and maybe it's just in reaction to the ones that came, the sequel movies that came after that, with Rey and all them. But people are going back and looking at the prequels and saying like they really weren't that bad. At least the second and third ones, first ones, but it's kind of interesting that like, or maybe they're Star Wars apologists. I don't know, but there seems to be this pseudo movement saying that the prequels weren't that bad, and Hayden Christensen really wasn't that bad, and people were just when those people were young, I guess they were just really expecting something.
Are we
different.
supposed to like Jar Jar Binks now?
No, he will forever be hated. And
Okay,
I
good.
really feel bad for that guy because he really got a lot of crap for that. But anyway.
So you know what was fun?
What?
The Lego games from the prequels where you could play as them. I really liked them.
Yeah.
They are being re-evaluated. They're good Star Wars, but bad movies. That's been my take on them.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that they're better than the sequels. So I didn't like those. They were all over. Anyway, that's a whole nother question.
Okay.
Whole nother thing. We talk about Star Wars for like another hour, so just put it off to the side. All right.
Yes, Eddie just said what you said.
There you go.
So the next book up is from Dark Horse Comics, and it's called Robo-Wolf, written and illustrated by Jake Smith. The end.
Are you sure that's not Road Wolf?
It's Robo. Did you read it?
No, I did, but like that does not.
Yes, that does not look. That looks like an A.
It looks like an A. So at first I was like, "Is this Road Wolf?" And I thought, okay, maybe it's like Air Wolf, but now she's driving a car instead of flying a helicopter. It's very old.
All right. So,
what were your thoughts of this crazy? I mean, this interesting, take.
All right. So last Thursday after our show, I look at the new releases and I go, ooh, number one, okay. And I ask Coog, I'm like, are we getting this? And he'll say yes or no. And if it's a yes, then I'll be like, cool. So we've got this book. And I thought the cover looked fun. So I was like, okay, let's review it. I got not even 5 pages in and I was like, this is it or and I put the book down. I said, F all this. I'm going to read something else. So I read The Flash, the new Absolute Flash, which, yes, I would like to review The Flash if we can, please, instead of this.
Okay. Number one, I'm going to review this real quickly. So I thought the art was fun. The stuff going on was fun. I'm trying not to like. It is. Do you ever play the game Hotline Miami?
No.
I'm talking to our listeners. Come on.
Oh, good. Okay.
It kind of it has that sort of futuristic, weird vibe. That okay. A couple weeks ago, maybe last week, we did Moonshine Sasquatch, and we always have that one. This is one of those books where there's a lot of crap going on. It was like Free Planet, it's one of those sci-fi or weird books that just kind of come out of a fever dream, and everyone says, hey, this sounds like a good idea, let's do this, and they do it. And this is one of those sort of like fever dream type comic books.
And he has a daughter. I don't know about this.
It didn't make a lot of sense. The conjoint twin that was going crazy. Like there's a lot of weird stuff going on in this book, and I think a lot of the times it's weird for the sake of being weird, whereas Grant Morrison can be weird for the sake of being like, it's big brain, you just don't understand, where this is just being crazy because it's interesting. So, when you say there's a lot going on in that cover, that's because they're overwhelming you with a lot of BS because the story is thin as hell. So I don't know.
Well, I want to say something. Zach's brought up Moonshine Bigfoot because those pages were full and it was a pleasure to the eye. Where this book, the pages were full, and it was an assault on my eyes. And I think that really was the difference between them. Between, are you frozen? Or are
No,
you
I'm just
moving?
scratching my
Oh,
back.
I thought you were frozen. Yeah, so I don't know. This book was not for me at all. At all. At all.
I
And
don't.
you know what?
I,
Thank you, Eddie, and thank you, because I am not going to lie about liking a book. I have been
That's a
doing
90s
comic books for a long time, and I would never lie to my customers because it's not a good look for you. And so if I hate something, I hate something. And I'm just going to tell you how it is.
It wasn't it was going for a fun sort of Devil May Cry, attitude, but it's just, this is not good. It's just, some of them are just not good. It's, and he can draw pictures and he can make it look interesting, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't all that. So
No, it wasn't. All right. Next book.
I'm frozen.
You were.
I was just scratching my back. That's all.
It looked like you were frozen. I got to find the credits page.
For this book?
Give me a minute.
Why? I mean...
Oh, there it is.
Did you like this book? Well, okay, was that last book? You're like, book of the...
That last book was just... I
figured, because I didn't think you'd like that book
I didn't.
When I looked at it and I started reading, I was like, oh yeah, Richard's not gonna like this.
No. Spider-Man and Wolverine, another been there, done that book. So the writer was Mark Guggenheim, the artist, the always amazing Carl Andrews, who was heavily a guy feeling a lot of McFarlane in this book, like a lot. Color artist was Brian Reber, and the letter was VC's Travis Lanham. This is his third book, I believe, this week that he lettered. And that cover is by Carl Andrews, and I got the Clayton Crane because I absolutely love Clayton Crane.
Oh my god,
that was the cover I got.
I did not. So I don't know what happened to Carl Andrews. It really feels like he went in and scooped some of Todd McFarlane's brains out and ate it when he made this book, because this looks like, I don't know if it's an homage to when Wolverine and Spider-Man did that, they hung out in the 90s, and that was that Spider-Man and X-Force when he did that cover where Todd McFarlane did that cover of all of them together, and Boom Boom has her pink hair with the big guys in the big bubble gum. Maybe that was, I don't know. This book was crazy. Like the art itself, I don't know what was going on in it. It was over the top, but bad kind of over the top. I did not like this book at all.
Yes, Jay. Again, this is yet another book. We have seen this already. Not only story-wise, but this is literally an homage to Todd McFarlane by Carl Andrews. And it's and why I say we've seen this before is because once again, we go down both characters' histories, but this time, they swapped. It's falling out. So Spider-Man experiences all of Wolverine's history and vice versa. And oh my God, you're loud.
Sorry. Yeah, because of the what? Mysterio's got fear gas now, or fear toxin now. Sure, okay.
Yes. I don't want to say I didn't like this book.
I did not like it
because you really didn't.
Well, because the ending was so dumb. Okay, Wolverine killed my parents. Ugh, What?
Yes,
sure. Okay.
I rolled my eyes when I got to the end, and that's unfortunately, this is the fifth miss for me this episode.
And I'm usually a fan of Carl Andrews' work, but
yeah, it was funny. I sent Des after I read everything. I sent Des a text, and I said, "Real batch of winners this week."
Okay, I will say, in Vision Scarlet Witch's defense, I did like that one. I thought that was okay. I was just annoyed that they're doing this sort of like, they're like novellas almost. It's like, you know, it's like Spanish television or something. It's just, I don't know. It was just, yeah. But this one was just bad. Like I don't know what Carr Andrews was thinking. He was really throwing it back, way back to the 90s, and just the way he drew Peter Parker and the big eyes. He literally did. There's a panel. Do you have it? Do you have the book?
I do.
Panel. Show him that panel where it is literally half of Spider-Man's face, and one half is the Todd McFarlane half, and then the other half is the, like, right there. Like he literally is making everything looks like Todd McFarlane, and like Wolverine comes in, looks like some leather daddy picking up this twink. It was too much. It was too much. And this picture right here, it's like I literally thought, oh my
God. There we go.
I thought I was in high school. Like, again, even the backpack, like Todd McFarlane used to draw him with the web backpack. I'm like, I'm serious. Like, I thought I was taking crazy pills. It's like, am I in a time machine? Mom, I don't have to go to school tomorrow, you know? So, I don't know.
I know. Yeah, here's hope. So, I've already read a couple of
that. Sorry, it's not you.
I have already read some of next week's books. I cannot wait to talk about Giant Size X-Men with you.
Okay. So you heard it here first, everybody. We're going to be reviewing Giant Size X-Men next week. So stay tuned. We will let you know about that because I have no idea what Rich is going to say. He might like it. He might hate it. Probably hate it. But we'll talk about it.
Probably hate it.
Probably hate it. Probably hate it.
All right. So get your hashtags in. Hashtag Geek Chat to win this 1 in 25 Marco Cicchetto, The Thing #1.
I really like that. I really like that cover. Like, what do you prefer, Rich? Do you prefer a rocky thing or smooth thing like this?
So on Sharon Ventura, I preferred smooth because I thought her as Miss Thing.
Or Miss Thing, sorry.
I don't remember what they called her.
I think they called her She Thing.
I was reading the Fantastic Four when they did this, when they introduced her and did the whole, she changed. But I like him rocky. Like, I want the Thing rocky. That's how I prefer it.
And that thumb is so long and flat. I don't know.
Yes.
Like that arm, the hand coming at him is kind of interesting because I've always preferred his hands to be his rock hands to be kind of big and roundish, you know. But I've seen them do the flat grip too. So I don't know. But anyway, that's just the way for me to kill time because it's time to do the drawing. Producer Jay, could you please put up that fantastic drawing thing that you do? All right, everybody. If you have not put it in yet, too late. Let's go. Let's get someone a book. Let's get someone a book. I want to send someone a book.
Space Case Collectibles!
Yay!
Congratulations.
If you haven't already, Producer Jay will be putting in the comment section the link for you to fill out. I know you had to fill out another one not too long ago. Please fill it out again. That's how I can keep like who's won, when, all that stuff like that. So please fill it out again, and we'll be sending that to you. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in.
Thank you for all your kind words.
Yeah,
and all your words, because you all make the comment section. We love it. That's awesome.
Yes, we really do. Because, like, honestly, if it wasn't for y'all, it'd just be me and him texting each other, talking this crap. But to have an audience really makes it resonate with us. So thank you.
Yeah.
So
yes, be sure to like, subscribe, follow, share. And whatever else you do.
And stay tuned for next. Stay tuned next because Mog and Mel is after us. And they have a bunch of fantastic artists who will draw live and talk to you all out there. And they might even have a special giveaway. So stay tuned for that after Producer Jay able to get up, stretch, get something to eat. And then, he'll be back. So as always, want to thank you from the bottom of our black hearts. I'm Little Black Beardy Des.
I'm Beardy Rich. And we will see you next Thursday.
Yeah.
Bye.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.